Adolf Hitler, the German leader, was one of the most divisive figures in world history. Nazism inspired hatred, loyalty, and study for decades. Hitler, though scarily real, has almost become a myth, a fictional symbol of villainy. As such, Hitler ran into many fictional characters willing to punch him in the mouth or to bop him in the head, and in the video we're looking at some of these. Number 10. Hitler was headed to the Twilight Zone. Rod Serling's groundbreaking science fiction anthology series, The Twilight Zone, dealt with Nazi elements as well as World War II many times. The Twilight Zone portrayed Hitler as a character on the show twice during its run. The first time was in episode 38 of the series, entitled Man in a Bottle. Antiques dealer Arthur Castle wishes to be a world leader. The genie turns him into Hitler in the bunker. Episode 106, titled He's Alive, stars a young Dennis Hopper as Peter Vollmer. Vollmer falls under the spell of a still-living elderly Hitler. Hitler still lives at the end of the episode, but Vollmer dies in an alley. Number 9. The Hate-Monger vs. Comics' First Family. Fantastic Four number 21 in 1961 depicted a hate rally in New York City. The hate rally was instigated by a malicious hooded enemy named the Hate-Monger. The mystery leads to the small country of San Gusto. The Hate-Monger is trying to instigate a violent put-down of a pro-democracy demonstration. The Hate-Monger is using his hate ray to inspire division. With the help of Nick Fury, the Fantastic Four beat the Hate-Monger. In the final scene, the revelation is made that the Hate-Monger was Adolf Hitler all along. Number 8. Three Jews foil Hitler. In 1940, the Three Stooges produced You Nasty Spy, in which Mo Howard played Mo Hailstone, an obvious parody of Adolf Hitler. The Stooges are given control of the country of Moronica. Throughout the short, the Stooges try and bring light to Nazi atrocities through parody, showcasing the stupidity of the Nazis being in power. Remember, this is during a time before the United States had entered into World War II. The Stooges followed up on the themes of Moronica and Mo Hailstone the following year, still before Pearl Harbor, in I'll Never Heil Again. This follow-up also allowed for parodies of Benito Mussolini, Hirohito, and Joseph Stalin. Number 7. The Nazis vs. a Sailor Man. In 1943, Famous Studios released Spinach for Britain. In the short, Popeye is trying to deliver a ration of spinach via ship to Britain. Popeye's ship is sunk by a German U-boat. Popeye dips into the supply of spinach and defeats the U-boats as well as their captain. At the end of the short, Popeye repeatedly beats and stuffs the captain into the U-boat before the U-boat finally sinks. The U-boat captain is absolutely a representation of Adolf Hitler. Number 6. The Nazis went a little, Daffy. In 1943, Warner Brothers released Daffy the Commando. In it, Daffy Duck meets both definitions of a commando. First, he is portrayed as a soldier going behind enemy lines. Second, Daffy goes behind enemy lines, not wearing any underwear. Daffy's main antagonist in the feature is the villainous Gestapo leader Von Vulture. After dispatching a fellow bird, Daffy cannot resist the chance to bop Adolf Hitler on the head. Number 5. A Hare takes on Hares. In 1945, Warner Brothers released a Merry Melodies cartoon titled Hare Meets Her. In the cartoon, Bugs Bunny makes a famous wrong turn into the Black Forest. The main antagonist in the film is a bumbling Hermann Goering. During the course of the short, Bugs Bunny does an impersonation of Hitler and orders around Goering. Upon capturing Bugs, Goering brings the bunny straight at Adolf Hitler. Bugs then spooks both Hitler and Goering by emerging as a parody of Joseph Stalin. Hare Meets Her was an expert political satire of not only Nazis, but also Soviet Russia. Number 4. Ubermensch vs. Superman. A picture can speak 1,000 words. There were a few actual Superman stories of Superman fighting Nazis. However, the comics needed to sell off of a rack, and in this era, the cover could speak volumes. On the cover of Superman number 17 from July to August 1941, Superman is shown standing on top of the world, triumphantly holding both Adolf Hitler and Hideki Tojo on the cover. Outside of normal comics, Superman was shown directly confronting Adolf Hitler in Look magazine. The issue was put out in February of 1940. Superman is shown holding up Hitler and remarking, "I'd like to land a strictly non-Aryan sock on your jaw, but there's no time for that. You're coming with me while I visit a certain pal of yours." A squirming Hitler responds, "Put me down, you're hurting me." Number 3. Donald Duck roasts the Axis. In a partnership directly between the United States government and an enthusiastic Disney Studios, Donald Duck was drafted in several shorts showing patriotism for the war effort. One of the greatest cartoons of this genre is Der Führer's Face. Der Führer's Face was made as a successful effort to sell war bonds. Donald Duck is shown in a dystopian world in which he is forced to work in a Nazi factory. Donald is also shown giving the Heil Hitler salute under duress. At the end of the cartoon, Donald wakes up back in the good old US of A. The resonating message with the audience: buy war bonds or live under Nazi rule. Number 2. Captain America gets physical before America does. When Jack Kirby and Joe Simon needed to introduce America to Captain America, they decided to have Captain America punch Adolf Hitler right in the kisser. This was the cover of Captain America #1, which was dated March of 1941. However, the issue was available for purchase in December of 1940. This means that Captain America was ready to war with Hitler and the Axis a full year before Pearl Harbor. Number 1. A great actor and great director take on the great dictator. In October 1940, Charlie Chaplin put his little tramp persona, his reputation, and his career on the line in order to make The Great Dictator. In this movie, the Nazis are portrayed as soulless villains. Today, a decision like that would seem very clear-cut, but in Chaplin's day, the movie was by no means a slam dunk. Luminaries such as Charles Lindbergh were adamantly opposed to any involvement, and actors were not seen as political as they are in current times. Chaplin made the film anyway, and his little gamble about a barber who ultimately trades places with a dictator is now considered a classic. At the end of the day, The Great Dictator was a cinematic, box office, and historical success. So I really hope you found that video interesting. If you did, please do hit that thumbs up button below, and don't forget to subscribe. We've got brand new videos just like this every day of the week. If you're looking for something else to watch right now, why not check out my other channel called Biographics? You can find a link to that in the description below as well as on the screen. And as always, thank you for watching.